Don't forget to send Bobby a link.
Hey guys, welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here from Coast Cigar, 2420 Government Street in cold Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Damn right it's cold, man.
I don't know what the heck you guys sent to us from Boston or Maine or wherever the hell these other guys are coming in from, but holy smokes.
All I know is it was 32 degrees when I went to go to the driveway, go to work this morning.
I had frost on my windshield and everything, man. It was horrible. I don't know. I had to wear a long sleeve shirt. Just don't know how to handle the cold, it seems. However the summers are around here, it's when it gets cold, you're like, holy shit.
It gets cold.
How do I deal with this? I got to turn the heater on at the house.
He's got. You might have to help him, Caleb. Where's the freaking mouse at? Here it is.
While Bones is playing.
All right, we're back.
While he's playing with the mouse and stuff, I got a fine little Liga Privada number 9.
I wish I had one of those.
Well, it was a gift for my birthday, and much appreciated gift.
I'm smoking the punch.
All right, I like punches.
A punch classic, I do. And then I got a Corona Cigar Company 20th anniversary.
I don't believe I've ever had one of those.
Ooh, I haven't either. This is my first one. I got this from.
Let me guess, Kevin Shanahan.
No, that big batch of cigars I bought.
Oh yeah,
I got.
Wow,
got that deal on. What a shitty day. It is a great day. It was a good day.
Started out cold. That's why.
It was a good day until I told you the other day I got on my work iPad and it locked me out. And it said, come back in 15 minutes. Come back in a half hour. Come back in an hour. I came back in an hour. I tried to log in. Then it went like this. Went,
oh, no.
And then it just started freaking updating.
Oh,
I said, okay.
Wonderful.
And then it said, hello. And then it said, Danka. And then
I'm like, oh no!
I was like, oh
you
my God,
auto wiped it.
Fucking kidding me! I didn't do anything.
You set the passcode too many.
I went to them at COM yesterday and I said, this is what happened. He said, well, sometimes when it doesn't update, it doesn't work right and it just does it on its own. But we got all. Don't worry about it. I didn't have anything on there that I didn't mind if I lost. I just needed access to things to get somewhere. It's just a portal for me to get somewhere.
Right.
So I went. In the meantime, I bought a iPad cover with fold up with a keyboard that I can use with it. That comes into that. That process, when I bought that there this morning. Oh, this is old. We gotta give you a new one.
Well, you knew that you had to get a new one.
Not on the iPad.
Yeah, weren't you told that you were getting a new iPad?
No, on the laptops.
Oh.
So they give me the new iPad. It's the same size as the one I thought I had. But this is fully facial recognition, all that crap. So I get in it, I take it out, I go to put it in the holder I got. It's too freaking big.
Oh.
So now I got to return that. But the clincher was at work.
You got it at Best Buy too, didn't you?
No, I got it on Amazon.
Oh.
One of those Black Friday deals that came in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So I get a text this morning at quarter after 5:30.
Sorry, folks. I'm taking my Drew Estates
we all are.
app thing here.
So I get a text from somebody that says, hey, my kid's sick. I'm not going to make it in today. Can I just work from at home? I said, that's fine. You work from home or take sick leave, one of the two.
Yeah.
You want to work from home since we all work from home, that's fine. I don't have a problem. Hey, Kaylin, welcome. So later in the day, about 2:30, I get an email that says, I got a phone call from my kid's school. It says, being that he was in school yesterday, he has to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Can I work from at home or you want me to take sick leave?
Oh.
I said, work from at home, that's fine. But just get me a note from the school saying,
yeah.
As a supervisor, right?
Right.
Well, I'm explaining this
Supervision
to the
wife.
Sucks. I'm explaining this to the wife. She says, well, you came across like that, I probably would have said the same thing.
Uh-oh.
But I'm sorry, let's see. Oh, Jeremy, welcome, Jeremy.
Whoa.
Patrick Morrison, Ronnie, welcome. Tyler, welcome. Caitlin, welcome. Pam, welcome. She lives next door to Andy over in the condos in Orange Springs.
Oh, nice.
Orange Beach. Very nice. And Kevin Corliss. I'm going to finish this story, and then I'm going to jump on the.
You got Mav in the green room.
Okay.
There he is.
Hello,
Look at
guys.
looking all sleepy and stuff in the COVID
There
studio.
we go. So I say, all right, that's fine. Work from at home. Just get me a note from the school saying you got quarantine. Perfect, logical request.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're sick for 3 days. I need a note from the doctor.
You can if you want.
Yeah. So she comes back and says, well, the school called me. I don't know if I can get anything. I said, just call the school.
An email's fine.
Right. Exactly.
Send me an email.
Then she comes back and says, the school doesn't do anything like that. They don't send out emails. It's a HIPAA violation. I said, it's not a HIPAA violation. You already told me the kid is staying home.
Yeah.
You know, so you want me to just take your word for it that you have to, he's quarantined and work? I don't know for sure. I said, and give an example. I said, then what happens in 2 weeks if he's still sick? You got to quarantine again.
Yeah.
Am I to take your word for it? Now you're out a month?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, I'll give you this 2 weeks, but the next time you better have a note from the school. There's no reason why that school can't send you an email saying, hey, miss, blah, 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 blah. Your kid needs so-and-so.
Or a text message like I got from public health.
Exactly. And that's all I asked for.
Yeah.
And the wife said, well, that's probably the way you asked for it. And I said, no, I was polite about an email. I didn't talk to her. I was very polite. I just said, send me a note.
Yeah.
So I put in your records and go on.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I just said, fuck it. Excuse me. Just work from at home. I mean, it's not the point that I worked from at home already. I did this. I did that. Well, you did this for so-and-so. You did that for so. So now here I go. Now I got employees talking to employees about what I did for them, about what I did for the other.
It happens.
I said, what I did for this other person was at the beginning of this whole thing, and nobody knew what was going on.
Right.
So I said, a kid had to be quarantined 2 more days longer than when we would do back. I said, for 2 more days, work from at home.
Sure.
Not a big deal. But anyway, with all that said and done, we got Mav sitting in the
COVID studio
in the car because he says he's sick.
And I don't want to give it to my other co-host.
Oh, I already got something. No, I know. I'm good. I got a sinus infection with because I stopped using the Navage a couple nights, and everything just got all
junked up.
Oh, dude. That if you got sinus problems, use the Novage. It's an automatic neti pot that is just it works, man. I don't care.
Because I got roto-rooted a long time ago.
So did I.
I get that. I get stuff that stays up in there, and so like when I tilt my head forward a little bit, it comes
straight out.
But you know what I found out though? Once you do it and you're looking at it and it empties, and then you hear it just suck. Leave it on there for a little bit longer, and it gets more of that. Then when you bend over, you won't have so much left over.
I could feel it up in here sometimes. It's pretty wild. I thought it was going to be kind of freaky at first, but it is actually easier to use than a neti pot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, neti pot.
You got to tilt your head sideways, and you feel like you're being waterboarded.
So before we go any further, I have to thank Mav's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, for losing last night. Why? Because they put my Giants in first place all by themselves
with 4-7 record.
Don't you love it? It's kind of like being in the top 5 of college football and only being 4-0.
Well, yeah.
I can't.
It is like
I can't knock it either way. But I'm just like they could any one of those teams in the NFC can feasibly host a playoff game with 6 wins.
Well, the Saints got more than that.
Well, the Saints, but I'm talking between the Giants and Washington and the Eagles and
the Cowboys.
Oh no,
the Cowboys are out.
They're done.
I think they were done when Dak and when Dalton got.
Oh, that was ugly. Oh my God, was that ugly? When he got stepped on. That was fucking terrible.
Brutal.
So people, let me tell you,
Dr. Rodriguez.
Dr. Rodriguez, welcome. I know what that means.
What's that?
Hey, hermanos. I know a little bit of Spanish.
Well, I know that means hey. How you doing?
Basically friends.
What's up?
But yeah, even Caitlin agrees with me. Thank you, Caitlin. At least somebody in this family.
You know, my boss knew about it before I did, because I went into the office
about
when I got quarantined.
Oh,
I went into the office. She said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, what do you mean I do? I work here still, don't I? Or do I still work here? You know?" And she says, "No, you're quarantined." I said, "No, why?" And
well, she knew you were probably close to the.
She knew what was going on already, and then I mean, it was like seconds later, bing.
Well, we should
text message.
As supervisors, we should know before.
And then you were out.
And she said, "Go home. I'll see you in 2 weeks." And I was like, "Well,
first 2 weeks are on them. Second 2 weeks.
That sounds pretty cool until you're actually literally quarantined at home and can't leave the house.
Hey, you can go in the yard.
You go in the yard.
I
mean, I was.
But that's what we did when it all first started. We all got our
not
yard.
Me. Hell, I was at work.
Oh, that first time I had to stay home, I had my yard shit done. The new plants were down, and the what do you call that crap? The mulch and all the spring shit got done like a month and a half early.
I felt like a dog on one of those shocker collars, man. If I walked out of the yard, I'd get in trouble.
Well, it hurt the fact that we stocked up on everything prior to, so we didn't have to go out. But the fact that you're confined to the house or the yard, even the yard, that you can't get in your car and go somewhere. You can go for a ride if you want, but you really
can't stop anywhere.
Could go out. Yeah, the confining part was
it's
miserable.
It was horrible. I at first I thought it's not going to be too bad. It's 2 weeks off. I can telework. You know, I had everything set up. I was good to go, and then it got old like day 2.
Wow.
Yeah, because
with 12 to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you wake up and you're like, "Gee, I want to get. I'm hungry. Well, what do I want to get? Oh, I can't go get. I got to do."
And that's when all the curbside service and all the deliveries and all that shit started, and they started charging people out the ass for stuff.
Wow, the DoorDash. My son knows all about DoorDash. He's the DoorDash connoisseur.
Speaking of your son, you said he had his review or something the other day, and his boss basically said we're most likely going to go to all-time work from at home, and he's like, well, if I can work from at home, can I work from Mississippi?
And he said, I don't care.
So Patrick might be coming down here for a while, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, but
you and Putz are welcome here anytime.
The situation with that would be, you know, maybe occasionally he's going to have to drive up for a day or two for meetings and stuff like that. But
what does that mean? That means Merrill Lee gets to watch Putz.
Nope. Putz takes on a road trip.
Oh, Putz is going on a road trip.
Yeah, he'll like it. He ain't leaving him for that long.
No.
I like to send my dog.
He's not going to leave his buddy.
I like to send my kid's dog on a road trip. But
yeah, it's not going to happen.
That road stops at LAX.
Not going to happen for 7K, is it?
No, we'll
15K.
Yeah, it went up a little bit. But he did. His mom told me tonight that he invited her out there next summer when Haley takes off for a couple months. If they're both working, they're going to need to find babysitting. So I said, go.
So let me ask you,
go.
Could you get that dog trained as a service dog, and then when you fly to Australia, have your service dog with you?
Do I have to show one coming back?
I don't know.
Oh, I have to check into that.
He's taking a flight, Mav.
You know who can ask all them questions?
No, I'm not calling UMS. No, not going to happen.
I know what you mean. That's who can answer that question, though.
That's not a service dog, though, is it?
Well,
his was, yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Certified service dog? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you get the vest and you write the paper up. Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing.
Service spelt upside down.
Tyler, I'm smoking the Punch Classico.
I got a Liga Privada number 9.
And Mav, I don't think he's smoking in the car.
No, I'm not smoking in the car. I got the heater on and it feels good in here.
Yeah, because it's flipping cold out.
I know. It's probably in the 40s.
I go on the hearse with Tyler and stuff, on Saturdays and Thursdays and Tuesdays, whatever. Well, we were on one Monday. Was it last night or Sunday night? And you got these guys sitting out there. They got up in Chicago and shit. And Mark Levine, that owns part of Frontline Cigars. He's in this little pup tent, the little things they put on the ice fishing.
Oh, you're kidding me.
There's a couple of guys that are sitting there. They get the small one that holds like 2-3 people, and they got the heater going and shit. It's like 72 degrees in there, and they're outside smoking. I'm like, no, fuck that. Just go in the garage, man.
Well, I just go out I go out on my porch.
It is well here, yeah, but
no, I mean I go in my enclosed porch with a heater.
Oh well, yeah, there. But up there, man, you're talking.
Oh, I know it's snowing.
32 degrees. No.
It's snowing. It's like
no, that ain't happening, man.
And that is why I don't live in the Midwest.
Not anymore. What's up, Kevin?
Hey,
and I don't live up north.
Yeah. To let everybody know, I tried to go on YouTube and find out who all the subscribers were, and I couldn't find anything. I found the most current YouTube subscribers. I got a hold of one of our sponsors, Kevin Shanahan of Cigar Prop. And he said, oh, there is no way. They don't list all the subscribers. I'm like, they list the number you have, but not the names.
So we just picked the name.
Now what am I going to do? So now I thought I'm going to go to, I'm assuming that everybody that's subscribes to YouTube is already subscribed to the Facebook page. So I'm going to take the folks from Facebook that are not family members or sponsors or something like that, and put them on the wheel and then spin that.
Yeah,
but that's going to take a few minutes to pull all those names up.
Figure it out.
That's the way
we'll have it. Our last show for Christmas is what day?
We're going to do a last show, Mav, on the 15th of December.
Right.
Then we're going to take off the 12th, the 29th, and the 5th, and come back on the 12th of January.
Okay.
We'll take a few weeks
off.
We got
3 weeks off.
To try and enjoy the holidays. We might not have too many viewers tonight because Shirtless Mike is doing his show on Tuesdays at same time, 6:30.
Okay.
He's got Melanie Cisco on tonight.
Nice attraction.
Of course.
We are all right.
It's a good draw, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah. So on the 15th, we'll announce who the winner is, right?
Oh, we'll put it out there before. We'll put it out.
Put it out on.
See if I can get it to them before Christmas.
Okay.
When it's 20 degrees here, it's hard to get the garage up into 40 degrees with the heater going all day.
And that is why I don't live in the Midwest.
I believe Tyler is in Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. Maybe?
Holy smokes!
Where in Kansas are you, Tyler?
That's do they consider that Midwest, or they call it?
Oh, that's the Midwest. You got Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. All that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they consider Ohio the Midwest.
Yeah.
And it's not when you really look at it regionally.
Nebraska's part of the heartland.
The heartland.
Whatever you want. I never understood that.
Wichita.
Oh, it's cold. I've been there before, man.
There's only one place worse than Wichita.
Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls.
Yeah,
Wichita Falls is probably a lot worse.
So what do you think? I read an article today. I mean, it just before I got here, and I read to Davey, and she's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes." Thousands of Marines tested for LSD.
Nice.
After drug problem emerges at infantry unit.
Where at?
I didn't get into that. I would assume it's probably one of the big ones. 29 Palms or I have to. I really probably, if I was a good reporter, I would have went one more step into the article.
And read it.
But
yeah. And actually reported the article rather than.
But I gave you, remember the other, you texted me, I gave you the best streams link. Well, I saw this video on YouTube, this guy, at Airy, AIRY TV. He says it's already on the Fire Stick. It's an app that already comes in the Fire Stick. And then you pick what region you want to go, whether you want to go to Australia or wherever, whatever. And then you get all the local channels and all the shit from there.
Huh.
And it doesn't cost anything.
Have you tried it?
Not yet. I just got this afternoon. I'm going to try it tomorrow.
See if
that works.
Link if it works.
If that works, I'll have to pay I've already paid for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't beat that.
Nah.
What else we got? Oh, look at it. That's what the pork looked like after it came out.
Pulled pork.
Yeah, it was good, man.
Can't beat pulled pork.
No.
So you actually got your Traeger to work?
Yes. We had a little problem with that.
I heard about that. So
it wasn't a big problem. It was just something that would have been nice to know before I started using it.
Oh.
clean the heating element.
That you have to clean the heating element.
Well, you would think it lasts a couple of times without having to get, but eventually just all those the auger takes all the pellets into the auger and then it heats them up, and then eventually,
But you got ash and stuff.
It really burned it to a crisp because I mean that thing was going all day and there were hardly any ashes in it.
Oh wow!
So I think it basically disintegrates all the crap. But some of it cakes up, and it gets clogged on there, and then the thing comes. So she had got to her step, put it in tin foil, put the apple cider vinegar on there, close it up, went about her business because it's supposed to be set it and forget it.
Yeah.
And she came back like 4.5 hours later, and it was ice cold.
Oh.
I said, oh shit, let me check.
Now I got to YouTube this.
I called Brendan. You should have done this. What's up, Mike?
Hey.
Jose. I think that. I'm trying to remember who that is.
Panhandle. We were talking about Wichita Falls, so that means he's in Texas or in that area.
Well, he was. That's Lieutenant or Captain Martinez now.
Oh wow.
I believe he was here as a LRS officer, and he went to headquarters, and then he made captain and
ended up in Wichita Falls. He must have pissed somebody off.
No, I don't think I.
I was gonna say
he was in. Well, maybe he might have moved.
Oof.
He might. Last thing I knew, he was in Alabama.
That'd be like my orders kept coming back from Minot, and I knew I pissed somebody off.
I got him smoking cigars though. He's smoking cigars though.
Nice. Can't beat that. I mean, something to do, right, Mav?
No, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like he was sick.
I know it looked like he was out. I was like,
No, I'm here.
Yeah. So I know you're going to segment into football, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into my sports rant. I don't mention the name of that school.
I will. Michigan.
The team up north can fuck Ohio State by not playing them at the end of the season.
I don't think they'll do that though.
They got nothing to win, nothing to lose other than
but the boys want to play football. The boys will play. If the coach wants to call it for whatever reason, it's all on him. But I would think that those boys want to play.
They actually are saying that Hairball has options going to the pros.
I don't like the guy.
Math.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a college coach that is not really that good getting picked up by any pro team?
No, I don't think so, unless maybe the Jets fire their guy and want to give him a shot. You know what I mean? A small shot.
Well,
but I don't see it because you got to figure the Jets' coach has got to go. And they're thinking maybe there's news around Philadelphia that it may be time for Doug Pederson to go.
It might be because I'll tell you, Wentz looked terrible. That line looked terrible yesterday.
So could you imagine?
He can only do so much when he don't have nobody to do what he needs to do, though. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine Hairball playing his brother twice a year?
No. No.
I don't care. I'd still like to see him get stomped.
Oh yeah, at least you guys are going to get to play. Florida State's not even playing. They're out another game this week. We're not playing again this week. That's 3 weeks in a row. Back out of the game.
Why?
If we lose that game, we're not eligible for the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, but you're not going to lose.
No, if they don't play it.
Oh, if they don't play it.
So that's why I'm saying Michigan has the option. I said, wash my mouth out.
That would be.
That would be dirty, wouldn't it?
Yes, that'd be very.
It'd be dirty, but
I couldn't do that.
It'd be a royal screw.
I wouldn't want to play it, but you have to play because you shouldn't do that because you wouldn't want that other team to do that to you.
No, you wouldn't, but it'd be a royal screw.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Oh.
That would not be.
I mean, if the dude's getting fired, and now all speculation is that this is going to be his last season.
Let the assistant coach take it. They'll probably say, and that's fine. But let them go. But, if you don't want to play, that's fine. But you don't take it away from these kids. These kids have already been screwed enough. They shouldn't have to – they should be playing football.
Yep, I agree.
Boston Jimmy, welcome.
Boston Jimmy. I bet it's cold in Boston.
Oh, he's down in freaking –
I know.
He's in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
He's warmer than we are.
He's one of those Yankees that moved south.
Yeah, and he was getting on New Yorkers coming down. He had Mo from Frontline Cigars, as a guest, and Big Time Tommy. Did a bunch of these movies, Gender Bender, and was that Yeah, it was 32 degrees here, Jimmy, this morning. It was like, but that show was hilarious, man. It was a good show. I'd go back and watch that one. But what about Stafford passing Montana on all-time passing TV?
That's crazy.
The guy, he's another Barry Sanders on the Tigers. I mean, on the Lions. As good as Barry Sanders was, he wasn't going anywhere. As good as Stafford is, he's not going anywhere.
You don't. When you think of Stafford, you don't think beating records. You're like,
no,
he's with the Lions.
Montana,
poor thing. We pity the fool, but no, he's Joe Montana. That's it's a pretty good record.
I haven't looked at this. He might have Hall of Fame stats, man. I
hard to believe that you would get that out of current Detroit team.
Yeah, they're not good at all,
and they haven't been for quite some time.
Yeah, ages.
Football. Yeah, it's good. There's supposed to be a game tonight, but that got postponed again.
So tomorrow night.
Tomorrow afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's at like 3:30.
Yeah, I read about that. The reason why they did that is so it didn't interrupt primetime television.
Well, they had a deal with what awards or something. It's some award show that they have to televise.
Oh, geez.
So
Mrs. Mort said it was at Camp Lejeune where the LSD was.
Was it?
Yeah.
That went to 4,000.
Well, less than 1%.
20 Marines
20 out of
4,000 tested positive for LSD. Listen, it doesn't matter. That's 1% too many.
Yep. It's getting out of control.
They took a trip without leaving the farm.
Well, there's downsizing the military real quick.
Oh, that's 20 people right there.
Now, I talked to somebody about that today. We're talking about I got a kid I did a package on, and package came back, forth, all this. It's taken us almost a year and a half to get this kid out. Back in the day, working in finance, we used to get nabbed to be, because of wing staff agencies, to be escorts.
Yeah.
We were sundowners. They would start this person. You walk this person around base all day long.
Yep.
And by sundown, that person was out the front gate with a bus ticket.
Yep.
Out of the
by 1600, gone.
Out. Now it takes freaking forever because you got to make sure that you did this. And you got to make sure.
You got to take them to mental health and all that stuff.
You got to baby them until there's no babying anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just the whole military's changed. Just downsize. Give me $50K and tell me to get out.
On a good note though, the Air Force Undersecretary announced last night that telework is now an Air Force standard.
Well, that's what they said months ago. The Air Force General said, hey, this is working. If your career field can work from at home, you don't have to go in and touch wrenches and turn knobs and do all that stuff. And everything is on the computer, and everything is virtual like it is now. Everything's electronic, SharePoint and all that crap. Do it. They got to provide you the equipment and everything, but do it.
Yeah, but one of the things that you miss on that is the feeling of being part of the team.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're dislocated, you don't even see the people that you're dealing with, and it really does.
So everybody's got Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
So if somebody needs to see you, they get on their computer wherever they're at. You talk to them online. You make sure you have a once a week meeting at least with your team, which I do. I do it every 2 weeks. But I'm probably gonna start doing it once a week if we go back out again.
Yeah.
But yeah, personal is to see and make sure that. But I told my folks. I said, listen. I said, you can tell me your work. Well, I talked to somebody today that works for FEMA. It ties in what? Okay.
Government agency.
We don't watch our folks like they watch.
Oh no. They.
Okay. My folks can be working, and I said I don't care as long as you give me 8 hours a day, but you're going to have to take phone calls when somebody calls.
Sure.
But if you take a break during the day for 2 hours and you make the 2 hours up later, as long as your work's done, it don't matter. Now, FEMA, this girl was telling me, I said, well, what, are you on leave or are you working? She goes, well, I'm on dental leave. I'm taking whatever. I go, well, could have just left and they would never. No, they monitor us. They said they got our stuff. If the keyboard doesn't move within a minute or two, it goes yellow, and then they knock you off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
my son's
company
was doing that. They kept it alive, and I guess using Teams will do the same thing. If your screen goes blank, it'll tell you you're not available.
Yeah, it's just like Skype and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't move the mouse for a minute and it goes blank, then all of a sudden, boom, you're in trouble. Wondering why did you log out?
Right.
Michael says that Syracuse is going to beat Notre Dame by 33 points.
Plus, Syracuse is getting 33, beats Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Plus 30. Oh, yeah, I take Syracuse plus 33. Where are they playing? They playing Notre Dame or are they playing up in Syracuse?
It doesn't matter anymore.
No, that's true too. It doesn't.
There's no crowd noise.
But 33,
we hear crowd noise, and I'm telling you, that is the most distracting thing I've ever seen.
It's piped into the broadcast, not to the stadium.
It upsets me because it's distracting. I think it's too loud. What do you think, Mav?
I think it's a little loud.
I think they can tone it down a little bit because we know that there's no crowd.
Right.
Carfellas, that's the name of it.
It's kind of nonsense, really.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
Now, if you guys aren't doing anything on a Friday night for whatever reason, the BCA had their first BCA Virtual Cigar Lounge Friday night hangout at 7:00 Central Time.
That's this coming up Friday.
Well, it was last Friday.
Oh, okay.
It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was there's 8 or 9 of us on there, and just BS, and I met other owners of other brands and guys I see online, talk to online. I actually got to see face to face for the first time. Actually, there was one guy.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there was one kid. I call him a kid because he's probably maybe 30.
Oh wow!
And he looked kind of tired. I'm like, wow, he looks kind of tired. And I'm looking down at his name. I got his name. It was something Diaz. He was in Sweden.
Oh wow!
So he works at a cigar shop, and he's telling us that he's got to go to work in about 7 hours, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow!
He was up on the line.
Damn!
Like, oh my, yeah. But he's up smoking and he's drinking his bourbon.
Good man.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh.
Good man. Well, when you don't have to be at work until 11 o'clock, it's relative at that point.
It's doable. Well, Jimmy, it got so cold here. I went to bed early last night, about 9:30, and I was out. The next thing I know, wham. The fucking alarm wakes me up. It got cold in the house, so Davey had turned the heat on. First time. And that's
fire alarm.
Oh man, was that loud! And then she's up there; she can barely reach us. So just give it to me. I'm waving the thing in front of the smoke alarm. It finally goes off. I go back to bed. Hard to get back to sleep after I woke up like that.
Yeah,
I was like, son of a. But
Mav, you turned your heater on yet in your house?
I turned the air conditioner down.
So no heater yet.
I don't think so.
So. Just from the two of us with regards to that, one of these days, next couple of days, while it's really nice outside, open the house up a little bit, turn the heater on so it burns that dust off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like, holy shit.
Because the first time you turn it on, it stinks like
because it's loud,
like burning cat.
It's loud when there's no other noise in the house.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of the dogs. They're all going ballistic.
Of course.
Oh my God. But
see, something like that would happen. I'd be reaching for my gun, wondering who's breaking in my house.
Well, the first thing I did was I go over here. She's not in bed. And I reached out and got that, and that's when I heard her. So I didn't take it out. So I knew there was nobody breaking into the house. Because
she'd have been screaming by then.
I would hope so.
Me too. Or you would have heard something else. But yeah.
Look at this car. I saw this car at the gas station the other day. Look at that beautiful vet.
Nice vet.
Brand new vet, Mav. 2021.
Nice.
2020.
How much that run, Mav?
Oh shit, up to 100.
Ooh, man. Is it a ZR1?
Yep, it's brand spanking new, dude. Pearl black, and it's got Purple Heart disabled plates on it.
Didn't cost him a dime for his license plate. That would have been about $1,000 for his.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easy.
Yeah,
but sure. state of Mississippi, they treat the disabled vets well.
Yep.
They want to keep them
Purple
here.
Hearts, disabled vets.
Yep.
I think some of the like the Bronze Stars.
What up, John?
I think those guys also get the break as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Mav, what do you think that card run, Mav? You're into the automobile.
Well, I'll tell you what. If it's the mid-engine big ones, probably if the full price is 110,000.
Yeah.
Oh. When we win the lottery,
10,000
when we
for
win,
a sports car.
when we win the lottery, you gonna get one?
Oh hell yeah.
Well, tell you know what? They've always been my favorite car since I've been a kid. So we hit that. Yeah, I think that would be one of the automobiles I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, and I get two. I get the Vet, and I get the loaded. Have you seen the new Escalade yet?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But the thing about the Escalades though, and it's always been that way with me. When I see somebody driving an Escalade, I just think the dude thinks well of himself.
The stereo, yeah.
You know,
no, if you can afford it.
and it's not it doesn't stop with the full, the Yukon Escalade, the truck itself, the regular pickup truck, Cadillac pickup truck.
Oh, I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's to me.
I don't even think they make them anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't know, but that just says pretentious to me. That's like,
yeah.
I got more money than common sense.
But the full flat out Cadillac Escalade this was pearl white with black tinted windows. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, that and the Navigator are nice too. You know what I mean? They're just nice.
It's definitely in a class of its own.
You're making a statement.
When you drive in a big SUV like that, the Yukon, when you drive in one of those, you're driving in luxury.
Absolutely.
The seats are huge and everything else. There's lots of room.
Well, you know who's getting a call from me when I win the lottery?
Who's
Exhibit.
that? Who?
Exhibit. He's going to pimp my ride. He's going to pimp my Cadillac.
Is that right?
You goddamn right he is. Yeah. I'm going to have everything in that thing, man. Everything. It's going to have 2 seats in it for me and her, and that's it.
John says, check out the all-electric Hummer.
That's a nice truck.
It's pretty slick.
And it's fast, too, man. Apparently.
But what's its range? You know what I mean?
On the battery, on the charge?
I don't know, but somebody's telling me, and I don't understand this, but the electric vehicle has got more torque than the regular.
Yes.
And this truck they just fly. I want the new Escalade. I'm comfortable with my tiny peckers.
Well, we won't go there.
I'm not going there.
I'll tell you.
That's the problem. No,
that's where I was going.
The Hellcat powered Grand Cherokee. They got a Grand Cherokee with a Hellcat.
That would be.
Oh, dude.
That because the Grand Cherokee, price wise, is pretty well up there, like with the Cadillac.
$65,000-$70,000.
Yeah,
fully loaded, but with a Hellcat in it.
Yeah,
that's
probably
quick. That's pretty quick for an SUV, man.
Probably $100K.
Yeah, ain't it amazing how some of them are just? You like to look at them. You like to have your backside in one, but the numbers just, man, they're unbelievable.
Yeah,
where are you going to be able to drive something like that around here? You're not going to take that 4-wheeling.
No.
No.
Yeah, the
no.
It's not a 4-wheeler, and it's not an off-road vehicle.
I wouldn't take your truck 4-wheeling.
No, but it's got 4-wheel drive.
I know, but still, it's too nice to do that. I mean, you're gonna have a redneck paradise pickup.
You want to beat up Jeep, CJ 5 or 7 or a Wrangler,
whatever the number is.
Yeah,
and just for something like that, in case you sideswipe a bush or a tree or whatever, you can't do it in your vehicle.
Yeah, break an axle.
No, that would not be good.
Yeah.
So the NFL made history this weekend. Or was it last weekend?
So did college football.
Yes, they did. This was the NFL makes history with the first all-black officiating crew for the Rams-Buccaneers game the week before.
Interesting.
Yep. And then
Vanderbilt.
Oh,
with
you know what? talking about that before you go into the Vanderbilt, I didn't even notice it. You know what I mean?
We're not looking for it, man.
I wouldn't have been looking for it either.
I didn't look for that. I heard about it, of course, but even if as they were doing it, I didn't say,
have a great show.
That was an all black officiating team. Who cares?
I don't care if the white, black, Mexican, they're officiating.
Throw the flag at the right time. I don't care who it is.
Make the right call at the right time.
Right.
But we were here watching the boxing, the Tyson fight the other night. Okay. And yeah, I got a little, I was a little upset, but I was a little like, really? They had all this rap shit, and it was bad rap. They had Wiz Khalifa, which really, he's not that bad, but they played this shit over and over again and just didn't understand any of it. And then it was all entertainers of color.
Okay.
Okay, not one white entertainer was in there.
Okay.
They had Israel. What's Israel's last name? A UFC fighter was one of the commentators.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the best part of that whole fight and that whole show was Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was a commentator for the fight.
Nice.
He was flipping hilarious. When they started, when Jones and Tyson started fighting, and they just looked like they were just lugging around, he'd just say, "That's like my two uncles fighting at the barbecue." It was just, he was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dropping the F-bombs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
dude,
nice.
they were dropping them left and right. They didn't care which table.
Yeah, true.
More. And he was smoking on TV.
Yeah,
I mean, you know.
Walking down the stage when he's coming out for a song, smoking a joint. Absolutely.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, in the where were they? In the Staples Center in LA.
Yeah. He was smoking in the Staples Center.
Isn't California recreational? I think California is recreational now.
I think they are.
Well, they
but I don't think
deemed it off of him.
It's not really public though, because they're under
It's a private
COVID
event. Yeah,
COVID protocols, so there probably wasn't anybody out there.
11,500 pounds of torque, 1,000 horsepower, approximately 350 mile range.
That's your question on your
on
Hummer.
the Hummer.
Hummer, okay.
350 miles. That's
John, what does that run?
about 6 hours.
John, if people don't know, John Parker has got to be probably the oldest guy in the Air National Guard. They won't let him out.
Is that my buddy John?
Yeah, John R. Parker.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure it is. How many John Parkers are there?
I have no idea. I didn't think he was actually logging into here. He's always lying to us.
John, how long you guys been friends? Since what? 18 years old?
Shoot, we were younger than that, dude.
6 digits. It's
Yeah.
a 6-digit vehicle. Oh, that's sick.
We were a lot younger than that when we first became friends.
Yeah, that's like me and Andy been friends since 5th grade.
Yeah, Marilee brought up a good point. Pelosi is throwing some stuff in the stimulus bill.
Okay, we talked about this the other day. Okay, I'm all for that. But that's not where it should happen.
Doesn't belong there.
Okay, the stimulus bill is the stimulus bill for what's going on with COVID-19. End of story.
But
There shouldn't be any. Oh, wait a minute. We want to fund.
But what we were talking about was extra money going into it. This shouldn't cost anything extra.
No, but it still shouldn't be part of that. They shouldn't stick all these little things in there.
I'm okay with that one. I'm okay with that one.
But when you put a bill out there, it should be out there for what's on the bill. A bill shouldn't be 30,000 pages long that if you miss something, that something's getting approved.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
It's not. It's like the budget. The budget used to be 12 lines. You got each one is separate, so the government won't shut down because you're going to fund that one, and you fund everything different. But these bills, the stimulus bills, should be strictly stimulus related. End the story.
Putting all that other stuff in there on bills. That's pork barrel politics.
Oh, absolutely.
That's where that name came from. Pork barrel politics.
Because
I'm okay with something that doesn't cost a dime. I'm okay with that.
That's actually going to save money.
In the long run, it'll save a lot of money.
They're not gonna have to pay for the war, the crime of following and trying to keep track of marijuana, fighting all that and the drug but now to go one step further, like Oregon, that decriminalized
all drugs,
cocaine,
all drugs,
crack,
heroin, everything.
Decriminalize it. That's still one step close. Does it matter to me? No, I don't give a shit. I don't do any of it.
I don't do it. No.
You know?
And I wouldn't go there to do it.
No. That's
not what I'm into.
No, but you know, well, they're also the ones that got the little booths set up in the park that they're giving them clean places to go and shoot up.
I'm okay with that. If they're gonna do, if they're an addict,
we're paying for that.
We're not.
Oh, well, we are in California.
Portland or whoever else is doing it. That's on them. That's on them as far as I'm concerned. I as long as the feds, as long as we're not paying for it, I'm okay with that. One of the things I heard this past week, staying on politics,
let's keep the taxes
is we're talking about tax breaks. You know, President-elect Biden is going to do away with the tax break that President Trump enacted. But he's going to give us more refund on our taxes.
So he's going to make the tax breaks better.
Well,
or more deductibles.
More deductibles. So here's from a conservative mindset. Why not, like John's saying, why not just not tax us on that money?
Well, they got to get their money to run the government from somewhere.
Why are they taking our money just to give it back to us?
Well, they don't give it all back.
That the discussion was, yes, not all of it. The discussion went around because the government wants to use that money the way they want to use it, not give you that option.
Uh-huh.
And they got to pay for all those people that count that money.
Yeah, but how do you run government offices? How do you fund certain programs and stuff without the taxes coming in?
Some of those things should be abolished.
Well, that's true too.
I mean, when you really get down to it,
But how do you fund the military without taxes? How do you fund anything anything you need? It's got to be funded somehow.
What the point is they're saying we're going to do away with this tax break that was already in place.
Okay.
We're going to take that money back from you, but we're going to give you a bigger return later on.
That makes absolutely no sense.
No sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
But the bottom line is they're taking your money to fund what they want to fund, to pay for those people that count that money.
How are they going to give it back to us if
in a form of a refund or whatever?
But if they're using it,
it's a horrible situation when they take your money and then say, "Oh, well, we're going to give you a refund on your money." That's my money in the first place.
Just go to a flat tab.
Yeah, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Take 17%, take 20% of my money to taxes, and then leave me alone. And not have me file income tax at the end of the year, not file all that. Just take the flat tax and fund everything you need to fund for the government and the programs.
So the new program rather than the flat tax, because when you and I were younger, they were talking about a 10% flat tax. And a 10%, and Bob or Mav, you were involved in that too, as far as the age goes. But the flat 10% tax back in the 80s would have worked.
Right.
Too late now.
They didn't want to do that. Now the program that is probably the best for us that don't want to pay, a massive amount of taxes is probably the fair tax laws. Where, like you're saying, they take a percentage of your income, and that's it.
Well, that to me, that's a flat tax.
No, it would be. Yes, in some cases, yeah, flat tax.
But everybody would pay the same. If it's 20%, everybody from the poorest people to the richest people are paying 20%. That's a lot of money when you get up there.
Or something around in that range.
That's up there. So if your income is 0 to 25,000, you're paying this rate, which is basically what that is now. But then you don't go through the refund.
No, the fair tax says if you make $10,000 and we take 10%, that's it. You pay 10% on your $10,000.
Well, to me that's a flat tax.
And it's just, I'm throwing a figure. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what the fair tax was.
The only thing on the LES is going to be 10% deduction.
This is or whatever the fair tax is.
That's going to cover my Social Security. It's going to cover everything.
Social Security is different. Social Security is a different tax.
But you fund
Medicaid.
But that's what I'm saying. You get rid of all those taxes because in Germany, when we were there in Germany in the late 80s, early 90s, it was 14%. 14%. The local announcers
across the board, right?
They got taxed 14% out of whatever they made. That covered their retirement, their spa days, their doctors, their hospital,
their healthcare,
all of that. Their burial, their funeral, everything's covered with that percent.
Yeah.
Granted, it's probably a little bit more than 14% now.
Yeah.
But if they, like I said, if they just said, Barry, we're going to take 20% of your money and you pay nothing else. I don't have to pay any Medicare premiums or anything like that. Everything is covered.
Yeah.
Boom.
You know
I'm okay with that.
You know who the biggest opponent of the fair tax is? The Government Employees Union.
Why?
The IRS.
Oh, because you wouldn't need the IRS.
If you ever want to be just blown away by a bureaucratic system, Google how many people work for the IRS.
I believe I probably.
And the reason why they oppose it is because you're going to have that amount of people out of a job.
Hey, sir. How many people work?
Is that amazing?
IRS?
Yeah. So they don't want it.
Well, that was in 2015.
So we're looking at probably 90,000 people out of a job.
Hey, sir, how many people work for the DOD?
Oof.
Whoa. Oh, okay. 2.9 million.
2.9 million.
Well,
DOD.
I don't know if they consider military. They might consider military in that. And
sure, they do.
So
anybody that works for the Department of Defense.
That's over half of that. That's about half of that.
That's
the Air Force used to be like 300,000.
Yeah.
8 million. I could see that. I'm all for. What I'm really all for. People bitch about illegals and all that, not paying tax and not paying that. You know how they pay tax? You charge a federal sales tax on everything. And that way, anybody that buys anything anywhere
on consumables, yes,
is paying the tax.
And that's part of the fair tax is you're taxed on your consumables, what you buy. Now, what that does, though, is it increases the barter system. So if I'm a farmer and I've got, I don't know, we love watermelons here, don't we, Mav?
Yep.
I've got a farm that I've got 1,000 watermelons. Bones, how would you like a watermelon for a dozen oranges?
Works for me.
It works for you, but nobody's paying taxes on that. So that's where the barter system does work.
Yeah.
If we can get what we need without having to lay out any money, I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't see a thing either. But
it worked back in the day.
The government sees a whole lot about that because you're not paying that tax.
Right. They're not getting their end.
They're not getting their inch of or their pound of flesh.
But not everybody can do that. So the normal consumer like me and you that don't raise anything or create anything are going to be paying the tax.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that farmer has to go out and buy certain things to produce that stuff that he's training for.
Yeah.
So he's still paying tax.
Oh, big time.
So
big time.
I think it would work.
Again, it's just one of those things that you look at and you go, wow, that sounds logical, but because it sounds logical, the government's not going to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there.
Again, because this union is big. You know that because you work out on the base and you've seen all the flyers and stuff that come out about it. That's almost 90,000 individuals that are going to have to be put somewhere else.
Ooh.
That's a lot of people.
We need to be. We're going to be downsized too, so that's coming. Anybody who works for the government, be ready to.
We're reading some of the comments that we haven't had a chance to look at. So,
all right, pour them out.
Well, one of the things about taxes when you start looking at the federal tax, federal's taking taxes, then you got local taxes, state and local taxes,
school tax.
Oh man, the school that we support here is very proud of taking that money.
Yes, they are.
They like that money.
They'll take our taxes and go park our states, but they won't let us vote for mayor because we live in the county.
It's just a school, but you go to the school. That's a school tax. It's not a city tax.
But I don't have any kids in school, so why should I pay school tax?
Well, because it's for the common good, for all of society. Because it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
You know, when we were growing up, though,
I'm tired of raising kids.
When we were growing up, that village used to whip our ass out on the street if we fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now try that and see what happens.
Yeah, you go to jail yourself.
Well, you better be home before the street light comes on.
Yeah, but your neighbors, if you jacked up in their yard, your neighbor, she was getting a switch and she was hitting her kids and you too. And
yeah,
on the phone when you're on the way home and your mom's picking up the phone. Oh yeah, he just walked in. He did what?
And you got it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my first introduction to Double Jeopardy.
Yeah, you had to wait too for it.
Oh yeah,
it's to educate the neighborhood hoodlums.
Yeah, it's like you sit down right there. I'll deal with you in a second. Okay, yeah,
that's right. That's exactly right.
I ate that last piece of cake last night, and I shouldn't have eaten it. I would have been fine if I ate it like 5 or 6 o'clock. I ate it like 8:30.
Oh, what were you bouncing around?
No, my sugar level in the morning was like 154.
Oh, holy smokes!
But dude, that cake was
fucking phenomenal. Fantastic.
Oh my God!
We're getting ready to pop off here, but I'll go ahead and put a plug in for that. Good. It was called a Guinness cake. My wife made for my birthday, and it was amazing. The frosting was not over sweet. It was kind of like a Cool Whip.
It's like a whipped cream to me, man.
Yeah,
like,
it was
ready whip.
Very light.
Nice.
And the cake itself was moist.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, she actually brought me over a bottle of Ready Whip too. That was almond milk.
I never got any of that. She left it there.
It was really good, man.
Yeah, I know, because you were like,
I probably won't.
He was shooting it in his mouth.
It was that good, man. It really was. Baby said, "Try this."
Shit! Right into his mouth.
Dogs liked it too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, your cat didn't care for it too much.
No, they'll eat anything. The dogs. So I will have that stuff taken care of in the next day or two.
John, moist.
Moist. Again, we're gonna have our last show. We're gonna do what's next week. Next week's the 7th. So we got 2 more shows, and then we're taking our last shows on the 15th of December. And we're going to take a break until the 12th of January and come back on the 12th of January.
So plan accordingly.
Do what you got to do on Tuesday.
You can always go back and look at our YouTube channel for reruns.
And subscribe and click the little reminder and
let all your friends know. Share it with your friends. Who knows, man? Maybe when we come back, we'll have a giveaway for a welcome back giveaway.
2021. Hopefully 2021 is a better year than 2020 has been.
How can it not be?
It's a good year. You at least when you wake up breathing in the morning, it's always a good day.
Yep.
But this year, people between COVID and shutdowns and just the election, and thank God that's over with. It didn't go the way most of us wanted it to, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Just let the other party come in, do their thing, and if you're not happy, vote them out next time.
And because of the fighting about it right now, it's really starting to get on my nerves. Because I know you guys, you particularly, weren't overly thrilled with the with the choice because your guy lost. But when it really comes down to it, all this fighting that's going on right now, it doesn't make us look good. It doesn't make our state, our country look good at all.
Well, but was there? Yeah, there was probably some. Thank you, Jose. Jose just subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Very good. Thank you.
You can't tell me there wasn't any fraud.
But the Attorney General came out today and said,
not enough to make a difference.
Not enough to make a difference.
But you can't tell me, and I really have a hard time believing this. Okay, that Joe Biden got 80 million votes, most ever by a presidential candidate.
I find that
over Obama. I really find that hard to believe. When people, I know they came out in record numbers this year compared to 2016, but Joe Biden, 80 million votes.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I don't think it was that kind of number, but you know what? He's in.
Yeah,
let's accept him. Let's respect him.
Oh, absolutely.
And just hope that he does well for us, the country.
It's all about the country. Yeah. Would I go to the White House if he invited me? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I work for him. He's my boss.
Ultimately.
You know, so I got to do what I got to do for a couple more years for him. I hope he succeeds. I really do. Yeah. But the best thing we can do is go with you people. Now, this is kind of hard to believe, too. I read this today in the state of Georgia. Okay, this is where I think fraud comes in. For the Senate race, that the runoff in January, they got a request for 990,000 absentee ballots.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Come on. 990,000 absentee ballots?
Yeah.
There's not 990,000 people living outside
quite a
of
bit.
Georgia.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Come on.
They're going to have to pay close attention to that runoff because.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be scrutinized.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's going to be heavily scrutinized
and
by both sides.
If we win, and I say we, if the Republicans win the Senate, it's going to be an interesting 4 years.
Oh,
but you got to remember the first 2 years of Obama, too, he couldn't do anything because we have control of the House. So the president can't do jack if he doesn't have Congress behind him.
I think the first 2 years, excuse me. I think the first 2 years of that administration, they held all three.
And they didn't do anything either.
They did nothing. They fought over who was going to get what and pushed Obamacare.
So people, it could be a non-existent problem. We don't know. Just let him come in and do his thing. I just think certain people should be gone. I think there should be term limits. Yeah. I don't think somebody should be in Congress for 47 years.
No.
I don't think Pelosi should be in charge of anything.
No, she needs to go.
But there's certain people need to go on both sides.
Yep.
And I'm not saying it's just one side; it's both sides. Both sides are screwed up.
There should be no such thing as a career politician.
No, you're not. They didn't get paid back in the day. And without a doubt, you shouldn't come out of Congress a millionaire.
No.
There's something
inherently wrong with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fact.
We're working our asses off, and they do it. I'm not saying they don't work. They do very little work for what they get paid. They're always on break. They always do this. They always do that. They don't pass. Oh, wait, we don't want to pass that. Let's take a break.
Yep.
Go over, Now, if they start doing the stuff, like they start trying to pack in the court and do all that stuff, that's not what the Constitution is about. That's not what our forefathers wanted.
Nope.
We're getting away from that.
We are.
Oh, I think we lost Matt.
I think he fell down.
No, I'm all right. I just dropped my phone.
I was going to say, he's sitting in the car. How can he fall down?
I couldn't fall down. I dropped my phone.
Yeah, you sound congested.
Mav, you want to take us out?
Yes, sure. From the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at 2420 Government Street, Coast Cigar, we bid you good night, and we will see you and hear you next week.
Thanks, folks. Hey, if you got time, go tune in for the Great Lakes Smoke Show and go see Ronnie, Rob, Kyle, and Uncle Frank, Cousin Frank.
They're getting ready to go live
in 2 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And they do
soon.
Stump the Chooch. Go win yourself a pipe or something.
Go do it.
Show. We're going to come up with something like that.
Night, folks.
Later.